And I'll fly until the end of the sky. So I'll be the one who doesn't have to say goodbye.
I could seriously listen to that song all day. Oh geez, this episode is so not fair. But I'm getting ahead of myself. As we begin, we finally get to see what happens in between Fall Weather Friends and Winter Wrap-Up. Well, a year later, but you know what I mean. This time, we get to see how Winter gets set up in the first place. And holy shit, Cloudsdale moves! Okay, I know clouds move, but specifically, the entire city travels to other cities to help bring on winter. That is awesome! Rainbow Dash is excited for all the winter stuff she'll get to do with Tank, but she finds out that he actually has to hibernate, and she spends the rest of the episode going through the 5 stages of grief. At first, she denies everything that anyone tells her. Then she gets mad at her friends for even saying the word hibernate. Then she tries to find a way around the problem by stopping winter, which ultimately ends with Twilight making a fucking Game of Thrones reference.
Prepare yourselves, every pony! Winter is coming!
Does that mean she's getting it on with her brother? Are you trying to make friendship as witchcraft canon? Actually, by that reasoning, would that mean Spike is Tyrion? Because I would totally be down for that. In any case, the next stage is depression, and up until now, I was kinda ready to write this episode off as just another bit of filler. Oh look, Rainbow Dash is being stubborn and causing trouble again. But god damn if it doesn't hit you with the feels right here. While Rainbow Dash has gotten emotional before, I don't think we've ever seen her get this fucking sad about anything. This is legitimately heartbreaking. Well, up until the other characters have to spell everything out, but surprisingly, the more everyone else gets involved, it actually makes the scene go from sad to funny, with the best punchline ever coming from Applejack of all characters. Oh look, Tank has little Rainbow Dash slippers and Rainbow has little Tank slippers. How do you even ever? I don't words. But finally, Rainbow accepts what has to happen, and before the end credits come up, we see Tank burying himself for the winter while Rainbow reads him a bedtime story. Like I said, this episode is not fair. The story here is so stupidly simple. The characterization for the first half almost feels like a cheap cliche. Hell, it even seems like they reversed Rainbow's character development. Plus, it once again suffers from repeating information that we've already heard. Winter Wrap-Up already explained why animals hibernate. We don't need an episode that's already evoking imagery from Winter Wrap-Up to explain it yet again. And that's without even mentioning that they've dodged the fact that there's an adventure map waiting in Twilight's castle that's gone completely ignored since the season premiere. But by the time we get to the end, the episode is firing on all cylinders, doing exactly the kind of stuff that makes the show so great. And you realize that Rainbow was never out of character. In fact, it isn't even about teaching her a lesson. She already knows that what she's doing here is wrong. She's just really sad that her friend is going away, and there's nothing she can do about it. On top of that, we see a lot of new locations, or at least new spots in familiar locations. There's world building that revisits information that was established back in season 1. We get a fucking Who's on First joke that actually makes more sense with ponies, and that song. Good God, that song! If the first half of the story had been just a little more polished, or perhaps if this had been part of something bigger, it would be perfect. But make no mistake, I love this episode. Tanks for the Memories gets an 8 out of 10.
So, where do these clouds go?
Over by clear skies.
But there's clear skies everywhere.
Yo, clear skies right here!
But there's clear skies over there too.
That's open skies!
There's open skies everywhere!
I'm not everywhere. I'm right here.
What about Applejack?
Applejack cries on the inside, Twilight!
It's true.